The Verdant Passage is a 1991 novel by Troy Denning and is book one in the Prism Pintad, a Dark Sun series, Dark Sun being a Dungeons & Dragons campaign setting. Definitely the darkest, I would say. It is a low magic dying earth setting where sorcery has drained the world dry, much like a much bigger version of the Forgotten Realms Anaraka Desert. Over magic has used psionic powers. It feels more sword and sorcery than the high magic of other D&D settings, or even more sword and sorcery than heroic D&D settings. There are also things like the insectoid Thrykean and the two moons over Athos, the planet, that give it another more weird vibe. And a dark city in the midst of desolation named Tyr Kelak has ruled for 1,000 years, but the tyrant is about to meet his end at the hands of three unlikelies. The story introduces a king and a Templar named Tithian. Tithian is a great character serving as a priest to the God King that is frail and powerful all at once, and Tithian is in an interesting predicament because of this. Sadira is a nubile half-elf woman that is the least interesting. She has some free love ideas, but besides that, she's largely a dull character, though her magic, I guess, is interesting at least. And Agus was the childhood friend of Tithian. He's almost the opposite, though, having the drive, but not the greatest cunning. He's a bit romantic in humanistic values and intelligence in most ways others don't in this bleak world. There's also Rikus and Neva. They're gladiators and slaves bred to fight. They are dangerous and hope for freedom. They often fight in the arena as a pair and are meant to breed together, too. So you definitely get an idea of, things going on in the world. As far as the story goes, I mean, it's okay. There is the very alien Gaj. He's kind of a big, something, and deadly but interesting and interested in understanding. He's very alien, though, and there are also the dwarves, halflings, and elves, but also under a Crimson Sun. I also thought the divine magic of D&D was unique in this setting. Overall, it still feels like D&D fantasy, I would say, over sword and sorcery, but again, darker than most kinds. There's definitely a nice map at the start of the book, and overall, the book felt pretty consistent. I'd say it's, some would say the end fizzles. The beginning is the best. I think it's just kind of a fun, short D&D novel that, does fine. I can agree somewhat that the end fizzles a little bit. Interesting. The beginning is the most interesting, but it does manage to be more entertaining along the way than some other Denning novels I've read. He's really hit or miss for me, though, in my experience, so that's not saying that much, but I'm not sure when I'll get to the rest of this series. I've read the second one, actually, as of recording this, but it's 5 books. I only have the first 3, I believe, so maybe I'll read the first 3. There are other Dark Sun novels by a few other people. There's not that many Dark Sun novels compared to some other settings like like Dragonlance, or like Forgotten Realms, or even Eberron. But I might read more, and I think if I were to read more in this setting, I definitely want to go with the Lynn Abbey stuff. I don't really know much about those Lynn Abbey things. I haven't heard much about them, but I like Lynn Abbey as an author, and I like her Forgotten Realms stuff too. So anyways, Liam from Liam's Lyceum. I'll catch you next time.